I'm State Representative Seth Grove. Welcome to another edition of Legislative Report. Today we are in for a treat in many ways. We're here at Whitecombs, family farm and also a farmer's market, and joining us is owner-operator Greg Whitecomb. Thanks so much for having us. Appreciate it.
Glad to have you here.
Yeah. So really excited. Obviously York Countyans love their food. They love fresh produce. They love snacks, bakery stuff, and obviously everything you provide, York Countyans love. So we appreciate that. Appreciate everything you do to promote agribusiness and still being involved in agriculture, something a staple of not only Pennsylvania economy but York County's heritage. So just want to thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Can you give us maybe a little background about the business, your operations, and maybe a little bit of history?
Yeah, well, we actually started, I was actually 7 years old when we started, and I'm now 51, so that tells my age. But we started selling strawberries and local produce. My brother and I, with my grandfather, actually got us started in it, off picnic tables in front of the family farmhouse down there. And it just grew from there each year, getting bigger and bigger, until we decided to build the farm market in '97 here, and took that leap. But we eventually have evolved into greenhouses and operation, and we have a deli, bakery, produce, gift shop in here, and it's just been growing ever since.
That's terrific, and obviously it's a huge staple. We see farmers markets popping up all over York County. How important has the kind of agribusiness been to the development here on the farm?
It's been fantastic. I think, people nowadays are looking for, they're looking directly to buy from the farmer, and they feel like they get a sense of a better product, a fresher product. And for example, our bakery, we do everything from scratch, which is unheard of. When you go to supermarkets, and I'm not trying to knock the supermarkets, but we mix all our doughs from scratch, where a lot of them just are using a frozen product and they're baking it off, So we actually hand peel apples, hand peel our peaches and everything. Wow. So a little bit labor intensive, but we feel it's worth it, because it tastes just like Grandma made it, and that's the good thing about it.
And ideally, that's what they want. They want Grandma's
That's what they
apple
want,
pie.
and that they seek that out, and they'll drive a distance to get that kind of product, And, we use no preservatives in our bakery products, and it might not last as long as we'd like, but you're not going to get any of the preservatives that you buy in the prepackaged food at the stores.
Yeah, that is terrific. And this is a fully operational farm as well, correct?
Yes, absolutely. We grow a lot of our fruits and vegetables, strawberries. We're probably one of the bigger black raspberries producers in the area. Strawberries, sweet corn, cantaloupes, watermelon, tomatoes, peppers, the whole 9 yards we grow. Along with, we do a couple hundred acres of corn, grains, corn, wheat, and soybeans.
Okay, and soybeans and grain, do you sell the corn too is that for feed, for livestock?
The corn and soybeans and the wheat goes to the mill, and I'm sure they turn it into feed or whatever,
Okay.
So.
Good stuff. Well, I'll tell you what, let's hop to your outdoor produce area, and see what's on sale there. Here we are at probably a very popular spot in the farmer's market outdoor produce section. You have everything from zucchini, red onions, cucumbers, delicious fresh strawberries, watermelons, cantaloupes, flowers. How big of business is this within your overall?
Well, actually, the produce business was 100% of our business before we started diversifying back in the 90s. We've seen a change in the produce business. People nowadays don't buy the volumes they used to. A lot of people don't can and freeze like they used to. Because of the year-round accessibility of produce in a lot of the stores and stuff. So. We see it decline a little bit, but we're seeing a little bit of resurgence here. Again, people want to come here because they want fresh grown products. I'm sure these zucchini and these cucumbers were in the field here probably a couple hours ago, and they're right here. So you can't go to the supermarket and get fresh like that. It just doesn't happen like that. So it's growing. It's just we're seeing bigger growth in other aspects of the business, So, but this is a very popular area. Flower sales, if you can see, we continue to grow probably by leaps and bounds every year. And again, we grow everything in our own greenhouses back here. We're always working ahead. Like right now, we're getting ready to plant poinsettias for the Christmas, and here we are in July yet, but we're thinking ahead, and they just don't grow in a matter of days. It takes several months to finish these products off.
Is flowers the only thing you do in your greenhouses?
We grow a lot of our own vegetable transplants that we sell to the public.
Okay.
And gonna maybe do some experimenting this year with some greenhouse grown strawberries. We're gonna try some here in the fall and see if we can bring a strawberry crop in a little sooner next year.
Okay.
And that's going to be an interesting thing we're going to do. So
yeah, that'd be
just another aspect.
Really, yeah.
Another aspect of trying to create sales earlier in the season to extend profits.
Yeah. What's a normal season for strawberries?
Strawberries normally run like the third week of May to about second or third week of June. Depends on this year. The strawberry season was normal because we had basically a normal winter.
Yeah.
Spring was a little late, and historically strawberries are in June. And then we go right into our black raspberries season, which we just finished up, and then into the rest of the summer vegetables.
Wow. So different weather patterns kind of dictate good or bad produce. Like if we have a rainy summer, we'll yield positive some, negative other. Like it's a give and take generally weather, and depending on what you're trying to grow.
That's always been an issue in agriculture and farming is the weather. You know, if I could control it, I tell everybody I'd have it rain every Sunday night about 5 o'clock and rain overnight and give us a good soaker, but we can't do that.
Yeah.
So actually some crops like our pumpkins, you don't want a rainy summer for them. You want adequate rain, and kind of a dry August will finish off a beautiful crop.
Yeah.
Last 2 years we've kind of had wet Augusts and wet Septembers, and it's been some a challenging issues, keeping the pumpkins from not rotting in the fields or rotting here on the stand. So this year they look great so far. We've had the dry weather, we've had the rain when we need it, but hopefully it will continue.
So nice soaking rain.
Right.
That's what we want.
What you need in farming is you need a nice soaking rain and then sunshine.
Yeah.
Not rain or dry. Just a good rain, let it dry out a couple of days, and another good rain. Okay. But until we can control that, we'll have to take what we get.
Yeah. Now there's been conspiracy theories about some politicians having magic weather machines. I haven't seen them yet, but
well, I'd like to meet them.
Yeah. Obviously very beneficial. So obviously with weather, the other aspect is our friendly friends, the insects and bugs. What do you do to try to stem them? And then other aspect is obviously bees, pollen, colony collapse. Where do you see promotion of kind of bees as well?
Well, we actually have bees here on the farm. We rent hives, and we haven't seen too many of the bee issues that's been going on, but they're very important for pollination, especially the pumpkin crops and a lot of the stone crops and fruit crops. But insect issues, and I know this is a topic that's on a lot of people's mind, is the use of pesticides. And the best I can tell everybody is pesticides are super expensive, and the cost is getting to be astronomical. So from that standpoint, we like to use as few pesticides as we possibly can, but you just can't get away from it completely, And just like everybody else, I don't want to be consuming insecticides or fungicides myself. So we use them very sparingly when we have to. Again, if you have a drier summer, you're going to use a lot less fungicides. If you're going to have a rainy season like previous summer, you have to use more fungicides, or you won't even complete a crop. So. It's just one of the challenges, and you have to stay on top of growing conditions at all times.
Yeah.
And fortunately, there's a lot of resources here in Pennsylvania, to help you with that. The Penn State Extension Office being one of them, is a valuable asset. So, again, there's a lot of concerns, and with the pesticide use, and we try to keep it as low as we possibly can, just from the economical standpoint of it.
Yeah, I'm always impressed how farming is really a hard science anymore, and the amount of research and the amount of just data that goes into farming. I did a tour with, she works for a scientific, they go around collecting milk samples, and they go back and test them, and they make sure how much feed a cow is supposed to have and stuff. It's just amazing the science behind it. They test the grain or the feed and stuff like that. Yep. Would you suggest, anybody that wants to be a farmer, well, number one, would you suggest farming as a living for someone? And two, if I wanted to be farmer Seth, college, business? Like, what would you do to get into it?
If from my standpoint is growing up in this atmosphere, I actually worked other jobs, and I always wanted to be back here working in this, and this is where I want to be. It's been a lot of challenges. It's hard work. It's long hours, but I kind of control my own destiny, and that's what I like. If I was advising somebody, I would say you'd have to go to college, and obviously get an ag degree, and I would also take a business course. I mean, it just works hand in hand nowadays, and you just can't do it the way, say, my father did it, you know, because it has become so involved, and you have to be business savvy to make money, and that's just the way it is. That's the way it's changed, you know. And it's been a learning process for me, and I've always been kind of business oriented, so it worked. But you know, I've had to. I'm always amazed at technology, the way it's changing. And my father actually passed away in 2004, and he was born and raised here in this farm. And I often tell everybody, in his 69 years of life, he started here on this farm, walking behind a team of mules and a plowing the fields. And in his short lifespan of 69 years, to all this computerized GPS farm equipment was kind of, you know, a lot happened in 70 years. So I can't imagine where we're going to be in another 30 or 40 years with the technology the way it's advancing, you know.
Yeah. I could imagine taking an air-conditioned combine, GPS control, where you're just kind of sitting and guiding it, taking it back in a time machine and putting it 60 years ago and saying, hey, this is your future in 60 years. They'll be like, really? You
know, it's went from maybe 30, 40 bushels of corn to an acre to now over 300 on some farms, you know. So it's growing more food on less acreage or on the same acreage. And you have to economically to stay ahead and make money, and growing population. If we don't increase our yields, we're going to be hurting, and we're going to be.
So speaking about weather, I noticed behind your beautiful barn had some aesthetic changes to it. We had some nasty weather come through. Kind of what happened with that, and then how damaging is, you know, we've had flooding, we've had horrible, you know, winter weather. How does that all affect the farming community?
Well, it's just another aspect, another challenge that we faced. You know, that happened 2 or 3 weeks ago, and we're waiting on an Amish contractor to come fix it. That's actually the second time that side of the barn has been damaged. We had a storm go through about 15 years ago and do a lot of damage to it. And with being our growing season right now, and we got 1,000 different things going on and pulled in every direction, it's something I really don't want to have to deal with right now. But it's something you have to deal with, and we'll get it fixed. And it's just another little thing that was thrown in unexpectedly that we didn't think we'd be dealing with this time of the year.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, let's head inside and check out the deli and all the good treats you got inside.
All right.
All right. All right, here we are in indoor environment, kind of the farmer's market. We have a full deli, obviously all kinds of food and snacks and delicious ice cream you can get. Kind of go over the development of why this and how's it worked out and what services you provide.
Well, actually, we added the deli in 1999. The same year we added the bakery into the business. And it just, actually the deli actually started because I had cashiers here, and I thought, well, instead of just standing around and waiting for the customer, you know, why don't we put meat cases in and give them something else to do while they're waiting. And that's how it actually got started. And it has really grown tremendously in the last 2 or 3, 5 years, I should say. And now we produce our own soups. We make our soup from scratch, and it's just, that's a constant battle for us to keep up on our soup production. You know, we keep putting bigger stoves in and everything, and it's constantly making more soups and salads and everything. And again, it goes back to people want something fresh made, local made. You know, no preservatives again, and we use good quality meats and everything. And it just we think we produce a premium product. You know, and our prices we think on our lunch meat are probably we let the customer decide that. They can see what we charge for a pound versus what they would buy in a traditional grocery store, you know. So.
And then you have sandwich selections,
Yeah.
made to order.
We have made to order sandwiches. Our pretzel roll sandwiches are very popular, and our new flatbreads we've been making, they've really taken off. And again, using quality, the best meat we can get, and it just makes a better sandwich and everything like that.
Absolutely. Obviously, good treats the soft ice cream. Is that
Yes.
homemade soft ice cream?
Yes,
or-
it's
yeah.
homemade soft ice cream, and I'm not an ice cream eater, so everybody says it's good, so I take their word for it. We sell a lot of it, so it must be, or they wouldn't be coming back all the time.
Good. And Sundays, obviously, do you use fresh produce for like
Well,
strawberry
you know, we'll
Sundays?
have fresh
peaches?
strawberry Sundays, fresh peach, getting into peach season now, so we'll start doing our peach Sundays, and you know, just a seasonal treat that everybody enjoys. So.
Yep. And you can get sandwiches to go as well. Can you
Sandwiches
pre-order?
to go. You can call and pre-order. Our lunch business is very brisk. We have a lot of local offices, professional offices call us, and places to order and pick up sandwiches. So that's our very busy time around here during the lunch hour.
Yeah, excellent, excellent. And what are the hours of operation of your deli?
We're open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday, Saturday 8 to 7, and Sundays 10 to 5.
Excellent. Probably have opportunity to come in and get some delicious homemade soups and
Yep.
foods.
You know, we have a couple soups on every day that we make fresh. So you can get a soup and sandwich combo if you want, and 7 days a week.
So something I normally see a lot out in the community are these prepackaged sandwiches that fundraise. You do a great service to the community by offering fundraising opportunities with your sandwiches, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm a big supporter of helping the community and giving back. So we have a lot of high school athletic and organizations inside local school districts who do our sandwich fundraiser sales, and it's not really a big moneymaker for us, but it's given us an opportunity to help the schools raise money and whatever organization it would be. And I think that's important, you know, just for the community aspect of it. And actually, it's kind of a good marketing thing for us. So it works both ways. We're helping everybody's. It's a win-win situation for us.
Yeah, absolutely. And you also do some fall events. I know last fall you had kind of like a
We have an
open
annual. It's
Fall
usually
Fest.
the first weekend in October. We have our Fall Fest, and we have live entertainment. You know, the pit beef and vendors here, and we do hay rides, and we bring in some antique tractors to pull the hay wagons around and take tours of the farm and the pumpkin fields, and straw maize and that kind of live music. So
It sounds like a perfect opportunity to get the kids out of the
It
house,
is.
away from their video games, and see where
it
actually
is.
food comes from.
Exactly, it works. It's just a great time, and it's free. It's free music, and it's just a good time for everybody that day.
Good. Here we are back in the bakery section. Obviously, it's just more than baked goods. A lot of candy items, nuts, all kinds of homemade crafts and stuff. So can you kind of give us a tour and a preview of what you got?
Yeah, this is the craft section. I basically have nothing to do with this. I have girls that work for me that they buy all this stuff in and display it and sell it. And it's very popular. We sell an awful lot of it, and we kind of have a following of people that are constantly coming in seasonal. You know, as we change, you know, for each season, they'll change the theme back here, and it's grown a lot in the last several years. So
Yeah, it definitely fits in for kind of definitely the home farmer country.
and that's kind
look.
of it. We go with kind of the country theme around here, and it seems to work for us. So that's what we continue to do. So.
Very, very nice stuff. As we come around, we have obviously a lot of canned goods here, all kinds of stuff.
A lot of jams and jellies, and this is all basically Pennsylvania produced stuff from local companies that we sell. We do very well with it. A lot of unusual stuff, a lot of unusual flavored jellies that we buy in. A lot of the old time like pickled stuff that I personally don't care for to eat, but we do sell a lot of it. A lot of people like it, so works well for us.
Yeah, chow chow and three pepper medley. Yeah, but really interesting. Kiwi jam, apricot.
There's actually one that sells very well, caramelized onion jam.
Really?
Yeah, we.
Yep. Then red raspberry jalapeno. Very interesting.
and just unusual stuff like that. That's kind of what that I've done over the years. We try to do around here is just have unusual niche items that you really can't buy anywhere else.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Yeah. Here's an interesting one. Dandelion jelly. Never would have thought you can turn dandelions into jelly.
Apparently you can turn anything into
Yeah.
jelly.
Very cool. So just more pickles.
Yeah.
Obviously the all kinds of. I hear buffalo eggs are delicious.
Never had any,
Me neither.
but they sell very well.
Yeah.
You know, just a lot of unusual different pickled products and jams and jellies.
Salsas, all kind of baking goods.
We have a full line of sauces here.
Yeah. Natural honey from
Yes.
local beekeepers.
Yes.
That's always good. Actually, I'm a big fan of that. If you have allergies and you get local honey, it'll really help mitigate
Really?
your allergies long term. Very good. And then obviously here we have delicious baked goods, apple dumplings, all kinds of stuff, and this is all made in-house?
Everything is made in-house and it's made scratch from, a lot of these are old recipes that a lot of them were my grandmother's or my mother, and we grew up eating this kind of stuff, so we decided how we could mass produce it, and some things were actually a challenge to go from making a small amount to a very large amount.
Yeah.
You know, but and you know, cooking is actually a science. You know, so but doing repetition and having a batch turn out the same over and over, you know, is what it's all about. So we've done very well with it, and production has just been going through the roof. You know, we've been selling more and more product year after year, and people, you know, come back, a lot of repeat customers all the time, buying the same product over and over. And you know, this area being York County, you know, we're very Pennsylvania Dutch, so they like the traditional Pennsylvania Dutch products, apple dumplings, apple pies, cherry pies, and the usual standards, whoopie pies are our big seller.
Yeah.
And then our sugar cakes that's probably our #1 item, and that was my grandmother's recipe, and we just absolutely sell a ton of sugar cakes around here. So
I'm sure. I know we had an ongoing battle with, I think, with the state of Maine, because they wanted the whoopie pie as their state. And they had a different name up for it, so there was an ongoing battle to see who's
a lot
was
of
best.
some places call them gobs.
Gobs, yes.
That's
yeah. So I don't think that was ever settled, but I think we have the best.
I think we do too.
What time do your bakers come in, and do they operate?
They start
all
coming
week
in.
long?
They start coming in at 5 a.m. Sometimes a little earlier, and then they cut out about 3 o'clock. So, and we bake Monday, 6 days a week. We don't bake Sundays. It's the only day of the week we're not baking right now.
Yeah.
So
That's terrific.
they need a little bit of a break.
Yeah, and you can order cakes.
Order
for
cakes. We
birthdays and cookies.
You can order
and
birthday cakes. We custom decorate cakes. We have a couple of experienced cake decorators. Our cakes are made from scratch, and so we feel it's a great product. Our angel food cakes, we think, are second to none. They're just phenomenal, and that's an old recipe.
Yeah, they look delicious. Over here we have more pies, and then one of the little-known secrets in York County, especially in the agriculture commercial, is milk. Obviously, big dairy. You have a certain provider for your milk here, don't you?
We sell only Paradell milk. That's we feel is probably one of it's probably the best milk that I've ever drank in my life. If we get milk deliveries twice a week, and when we get it in the afternoon, it was in the cow that morning.
Yeah.
So you're not getting any fresher milk than that I know of around here. So, and I think it just makes a big difference on taste and the quality of it. And actually, anybody in York County that's never had Paradell milk or chocolate milk, you're missing a real treat. It's addicting. Their chocolate milk is absolutely awesome.
Absolutely, and you sell it in all kinds of quantities, to a gallon to pints.
Well, we have people come in, buy 4 or 5 gallons of it a week.
Wow.
Now, I don't know how big their families are, but that's a lot of chocolate milk.
That's a lot of chocolate milk, but it is very good. And obviously, you have all kinds of other cold beverages as well.
Cold beverages.
Keep your whoopie pies.
Keep our whoopie pies, and that's our the chocolate is probably our #1 seller, our whoopie pie there. So sell a tremendous amount of them. A lot of unique pies that we make some Pennsylvania Dutch classics, like Montgomery pie right here. most people don't even know what a Montgomery pie is. It's kind of like a lemon. It's a lemon cake pie almost combo, I call it. You know, it's something a lot of people never heard of, but we have a lot of people come in here and say, oh, we haven't been able to find that anywhere, you know, but you guys make it. I said, yeah, we have an old recipe with my grandmother's, and we continue to make it. So.
And great. Shoe fly pie.
Shoe fly pie. Probably one of our bigger seller is our black raspberry pies, and those are made with our, you know, our own black raspberries. We freeze a couple thousand pounds of them a year, you know, so we can make black raspberry pies year round. So, and that's a very unique pie. You don't find in a lot of stores in a lot of places.
Yeah, it's all very good stuff. I take it most of the fruits and stuff. You bring in a lot of the local farmers here in York County.
Yeah.
For their produce as well.
Yeah, you know, we don't actually grow peaches. So, you know, we buy local peaches from the local orchards around here, a grower we've been dealing with for probably 20 some years that we have a reputation with, and we think he produces a great product. And so, you know, we freeze a lot of that fruit, and again, always thinking ahead and storing ahead, you know, to make a product and put it out year round.
Yeah. So what do you think the next step for Whitecombs Farmers Market? Just continuing to put out a great product?
It can, as most business can continue to grow. You know, we started out with just my brother and myself, and we've grown to average 28 employees. You know, and sometimes as you grow and you expand, you know, more employees means more headaches. You know, so one of the issues we did in our bakery is we put in a new bakery oven this year, which we either were going to have to add more employees or try to increase our production back here. So obviously the choice was to put an oven in. I think that was the right decision for us.
Yeah, and you got a great, obviously, summer increase in employment. So high school, college, student looking for a summer job. Great place to go.
Absolutely. We always try to hire from the local high schools, and we bring in a couple new kids every year. A lot of it's the first time entry job, you know, and the first employment they ever had. So we try to bring them in and educate them and train them the way we want them. And it seems to works very well for us. And just being in, one thing I do, I'm in touch with a lot of the guidance counselors in the local school districts, you know, and I put it out there that we're going to be hiring, so they send the kids in.
Excellent. Probably builds a great work ethic for them too.
We try.
Yeah, good. Well, unfortunately, we are out of time. Greg, thank you so much for opening up your business and showing all the great stuff you can get at Whitecombs. Appreciate your dedication to agriculture and
you're welcome.
Constantly promoting it here in the community.
Thank you for coming. We appreciate having you.
Unfortunately, we are out of time. This is another legislative report with State Representative Seth Grove. If you have any questions about anything you've seen, please feel free to call our office. Contact information for my office and Whitecombs will be available after the show. Thank you.